in this video, what we want to look at today is the relationship between the roots and the coefficients of a quadratic equation. Now, the roots of the quadratic. But let us look at what the general format for a quadratic is. So the general format for a quadratic is this. We have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Alright, so if the roots are x equal to alpha and x equal to beta, there is a certain relationship between these roots and the coefficients a, b, and c. And that's what we're about to look at today. So let us look at the roots. Given that we have these as the roots, then it can be written that x minus alpha will be equal to 0 and x minus beta is also equal to 0. Because as you could see, we subtract alpha from both sides, subtract beta from both sides. So we have these. These now should be able to multiply to give us back this format. So let us multiply these. So let's say we have x minus alpha, and let me write it better because I don't want it to look like the x. So we have x minus alpha, and if you multiply that by x minus beta, it's equal to 0. So let's carry out the regular multiplication. X times x, that's x squared. X times negative beta will give us beta, negative beta x. Then if we go ahead and negative alpha times x, we'll end up with negative alpha x. Alright? Negative alpha x. And negative alpha times negative beta is going to give us positive, and I'm just going to write alpha beta. So that's what we do have now, which is equal to 0. So x squared is there. I could factorize out x here, but I'm going to put it at the back so as to keep the alpha and the beta as coefficients. So it's going to be negative x I'm going to factorize out, right? So if I do that, I'll end up with, I'm going to put the a in front, right? For alpha plus beta. So the x is 0. So it's the same x. Instead of putting it here, I want to keep it at the back so I could show the coefficient of x, right? And then at the back here, what we have here. So this is what we're talking. Now that, if you notice, what I have here is the sum of the roots. And then what I have here is actually the product of the roots, right? So the roots are alpha and beta. So here I have the product and here I have the sum. Now, let us see, all right? I could put this beside this. Let us see how this is going to be related to this. So let us say we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. If I want to get my x squared like x squared, I'll divide everything by a, divide by a, divide by a, and then divide this by a, it's still going to be 0, okay? So everything, so let's divide this by a, it will be 0. You know what, let me put it there. So we have x squared plus b x over a, and then what we have here is plus c over a, still equal to 0. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to extract this and just put it right here so we could talk about it. Alright? Alright, let's say I'm putting it up top. So we're looking at x minus, in bracket we have alright, so I have that part equals 0. Alright. And then let's put this part underneath it just to compare the two. So I'm looking at x squared, and then we have plus bx over a plus c over a, and it's still equal to 0. Alright, so there it is. There it is we have. So there it is, we have this. Go to that. So let's look at what's going on for the relationship now quickly. So now we're seeing that x squared is x squared. Same thing. But if we do look at this is the sum. I could take this out because x is x. So let us focus on this. We have a positive b over a here, which is actually the same thing as this, because we actually did the same. This is the same system that we have written in a different way, but the same system. So negative alpha plus beta is going to equal to b over a, because this is the coefficient of x and this is the coefficient of x. That means they are the same. So that's the link that we're making. But this is the sum. But if I just want the sum, this is the negative of the sum. So I would have to multiply everything by negative 1. So I'll end up with the sum of alpha, beta, and beta is going to equal to negative b over a. So that's one of the relationships that we have. You understand? So this is for the sum. And this is how we could prove that the sum of the roots will actually give negative b over a. Now let's look at the product. Well, you could see here, that's the product of the two roots, alpha and beta. So the product of alpha, beta is going to equal to this part. You could see c over a. This part is for that. So it's equal to c over a. And there we have it. This is the product. Alright, so this is the proof that the sum of the roots of a quadratic is equal to b minus b over a, and the product of the roots is equal to c over a. Alright, thank you for watching, and look forward for the next video on alpha and beta, because we're going to show how using the sum and the product can help us to solve some issues with our quadratic system. Thank you for watching.